Hey, this is Carlton Cullins here with the Blue Sky Strongbox in South Austin, Texas. Today I want to talk about what I call the 3 gears. I'm sure it's nothing new. I'm sure I have probably borrowed this or ripped it off from somebody many years ago, down the line, whatever. But I have this conversation a lot with people. I figured it might benefit you, so I figured I'd videotape it just in case it is. So here we go. I often refer to gears: first gear, second gear, and third gear. The first gear being an easy gear, the second gear kind of being a middle in the pocket gear, and the third gear having some headroom so you can go into maximum overdrive when you need it. It's useful to think of this because a lot of people, when they view particularly exercise, but this could apply to anything in life, but particularly when it comes to health, fitness, that kind of stuff, the gears approach really, it has helped me a lot. Because people have so much guilt when it comes to exercise. Most people in this country, it's a fact, do not move enough. Some don't move at all. People sit down all day long. That's most Americans. That's why we have all the health issues and obesity and all that kind of stuff. So when it refers to gears, back in the day, I'll tell you a little story. Back in the day, particularly coming up as a boy, a man, working out with weights and all that kind of stuff, typically worked out 3 days a week, and I have pretty much for almost 30 years now. But there was typically a heavy day, a medium day, and a light day, and it was good to wave because we were aware, particularly after you've been working out a couple of years, that you can't stay in high gear all the time. You're going to have to wave it to get results. So we would have, if you had a heavy day, you had earned the right to have a light day, and then most of the days were medium. So, you know, not every day was glorious. When you've worked out almost 30 years, you know not every day is going to be high gear, 3 gear, gold medal. Most days are going to be like silver medal. You are in gear 2. When you don't feel good, you're busy, yada, 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 you shift down to a gear 1, and that's okay. You can see it in that spec. Most of the time you're spent in gear 2, but the days that you feel really good or you're really inspired, you just kind of go for it, you've got room to go to gear 3. So you've got room to flex and to flow and to breathe, and that's kind of the zen of things. But this can be applied to a lot of things. A lot of people have guilt when they go to exercise. They go long periods without exercises, and they try to, you know, for a goal coming up, a wedding or a photo shoot or something, they're trying to like lose weight, trim up, look like they did in high school, yada, whatever. You get the point. So people shift into overdrive, but you cannot stay in overdrive all the time. But on the flip side of that, if you look around, most people don't move at all. Most people don't move enough if they do. So they're in gear 1 or gear 0 most of the time. So you can see gear 1 and gear 0, not good most of the time. But on the flip side of that, gear 3 all the time is not good either. I mean, I've been a personal trainer for over 10 years. I've known, met, worked with a lot of different people that kind of rode in gear 3 all the time, and you can get away with that for a little while, but it's eventually that will wear any of us down. You can't do that for decades. So you see people that are kind of exercise nuts and real fanatical about all that, and they may look great. They may look like they know what they're doing even, but if they stay there too long, particularly say if somebody's been there for a decade and they get to the 30s, 40s, and 50s, most of those people start wearing themselves out. They start looking haggard. They start people that are around them don't want to be around them that much because they're just typically not the most happy people that I've experienced. So I think in the middle, it's okay to be in gear 2. A lot of people think of that maybe as a common gear or an average. A lot of people in America don't like the terms common and average, but in all honesty, to have endurance for the long run, to make it to your elderly, to your old, and to be consistent with the stuff that you're doing in fitness, health, gear 2 is where you want to be. So that is my recommendation. That way you don't have to beat yourself up when you have a less than lackluster day. You can't come in the gym all the time. I don't care how much you want that body fat to go down, and hit it and quit every single day, and do that on top of a very busy lifestyle. You may work a lot, have a stressful job, family, friends, multiple jobs, debt, all the stuff that we have to deal with, and then you want to go in gear 3 all the time with exercise. Type A personalities typically do that, and there's whole organizations that have profited off of type 3, type A, gear 3 personality type exercise, but that stuff just isn't going to work well for the masses. So that's why I'm recommending you see things in gear 1, 2, and 3. Stay in gear 2 most of the time. Be aware that if you have to shift down to gear 1, that's perfectly okay. Gear 1 is better than gear 0. Gear 3, if you're there, you can't stay there very long. My recommendation is to try to stay in gear 2. Steady, strong, have a plan, hit it, quit. The days that you're tired, the days that you're busy, instead of doing nothing, shift down to gear 1. On those days that you're really inspired, the song that you love comes on, you feel really, really good, hit it in gear 3 a little bit and then back off. Gear 2 is where you want to be most of the time. But this is just my opinion. If you have any questions about it, I'd be happy to share them, other opinions with you, but I wish you well, and I'll see you soon.